Welcome back, everybody, to some Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. We're back here in Garrelia Fortress, in fact. As a small note, I did actually double back to Legram in an earlier save because I missed the one of the Red Moon Rose books there. Just happened to notice it when I was going back through to see if there were things that I had missed. Of which there are a number of them, but it was quite easy to go back to get the Red Moon Rose book, so I figured I might as well while I was off screen. Mealtime, so I can read letters from my family while I eat. Oh, sure ain't the food that puts a smile on my face, that's for sure. I think I could keep this slop down if I didn't have these letters to take my mind off of it. Okay, well, gotta do what you gotta do, but I'm glad you get to hear from your family. I need to stop hitting my desk with this controller. The Vanders are a military family entrusted with the protection of the Imperial family. They are famous for their house's style of swordsmanship. A few of them serve in the Imperial Army. Got Lieutenant General Vander. Yeah, we knew about him, of the 3rd Armored Division. And apparently there's another Vander in the 7th. Okay. Oh, he was a classmate with Major Neidhart. 1,000 soldiers stationed here at Garrelia Fortress. That means it can get awfully crowded here in the mess halls, so we have to do everything in shifts. Though you inevitably get people coming in late, so we never really have all that much in the way of downtime. I guess they sort of need to feed people as they come up, rather than in sort of regimented meals, since the fortress probably works in sort of a 24/7 sort of operation. Just a welcome meal of sorts. It's not like we serve food like that every day of the week. Just six out of 7 days. Oh, okay. Wasn't really here to bother you about the food necessarily. Although the food does give us some pretty good stuff. 1,600 cures sleep and nightmare. 3,000 restores 10 CP and gives speed. Highly fragrant coffee and a meal served once a week. Ah, okay, so this is what's served the other day rather than the 6 out of 7 days a week is what he's implying. Interesting. I Septmass time. Let's get rid of that. I got a little bit of money. Maybe they sell some other stuff. I can requisition something. Alright, so the rest of the class I think spread out through the fortress. So let's have a look around. Ooh, the flight port. It's an airship. Fortress Airport. There might come a day when I find myself in a military airship. It's certainly possible, Reen, if you end up joining the Imperial Army. He did mention that you didn't want to become a noble, so this may be a path you end up at, Reen. Find Garrelia Canyon to the east, and Crossbell lies beyond it. There's currently in the middle of some international conference over there. You think you'd know it pretty well if you were a soldier here, that what's going on at the trade conference. What about to head out on a military exercise? They say the 4th Armored Division is the strongest unit in the Imperial Army, and I'm looking forward to this. Trying to get too close. Yeah, well, let's get right up against it. Big old guns. I don't want to tell you how powerful these things are, but you're about to see for yourself. I guess that is the idea, right? We're supposed to get a demonstration. Looking down on this place, though, from up high. It's quite the fortress. And it's kind of got the rocky terrain still sort of visible inside. Hard to imagine two places more diametrically opposed. What's wrong with you two? We were just talking about how different this place is to Jirai. Jirai is super lively, but this place... I think Crow's having withdrawals now that he's somewhere without easy access to a casino. Ah. So there's a casino in Jirai. That'd be cool. Was it really that amazing? It was. I don't know what to expect with the recent annexation by Erebonia, but everything looked fine to me. Offices and the entertainment district and all the people I saw were thoroughly enjoying themselves. I'd go as far to say that they're happy to be under Imperial government control. I don't know if I'd go that far. Oh? A little bird told me that Chancellor Osborne was the one behind the annexation in the first place. It also told me that he used some pretty forceful tactics to get them to agree. Most of their tax money takes a brand new detour straight into the Imperial government's pockets. Wouldn't be surprised if he made the annexation happen just to fatten his pocketbook. Well, I mean, that's pretty self-evident, right? The idea... Again, people keep talking about this stuff like it's a surprise. You're an empire. This is what you do, right? You go where the resources are and you take your cut. Paying taxes is a citizen's duty. I mean, in a way, yes. The idea is supposed to be that you're paying taxes to get some sort of benefit, but that's debatable whether that's what's happening. I mean, at the end of the day, them being underneath or under Erebonia's protection could be useful to them, but the only country they had to fear was Erebonia, so what they gained, we don't really know. Certainly it's possible, though. They could be in a better position now than they were. It's just, you know, ambiguous. A lot of armored cars. A lot of armored cars. Kind of staggered to see how many of this many of them lined up in one place. Well, I mean, it is an armored division. It makes sense. Lunch is waiting for me after this. I can hear it calling my name. Just got to keep it up a bit longer. Spent a whole night fitting these old tanks with C units for today's military exercise. Can you believe it? Been up all night without so much as a minute of shut-eye. Once this is done, I'm going to sleep. One never slept before. He does look like he's leaning a little bit awkwardly there. Interesting. Not looking forward to this. You never seen any military exercises before, have you? Oh, I guess Elliot probably would have seen. Yes, Sleeper, I do plan to play crossbow games eventually. We'll get there. It'll be a while, I suspect, before I get there, but I would definitely love to go in there blind. I don't mind spoilers too much, but at the same time, if it's something big, I'd probably refrain. Ah, okay. Okay. Yeah, I would imagine Elliot's seen military exercises because his dad's a general. Well, keep it in mind, Sleeper. Eventually, you will be able to give me a gotcha when it comes up. Showed me when he brought me out here. He really does want me to join the military, but I really don't think I'll ever be suited to the way he is. The more I hear about your dad, the more curious I get. It'd be interesting. We eventually have to meet Elliot's father soon, yeah? He's got to participate in all this. Octens lined up. They're pitted against the older automated models. That's pretty brutal. The older tanks won't stand a chance. They want to show off just how easily they can dominate them. Isn't that kind of like a huge waste of money? Like, we're going to use all the old outdated tanks to just get blown up by the new ones? You don't get the chance to go eyes on this stuff every day. I'll take the opportunity to see for myself just how competent they are. And that's just like her. I don't doubt it. I haven't played enough of their games, unfortunately, to really know how consistent they are with maintaining, like, the plot. So, the legendary Craig the Red will be overseeing our military exercises. He's a man every soldier should aspire to be. A strong fighter and a brilliant tactician rolled into one. You can feel the excitement in the air. Well, it's tough with games this big. I'm sure there's, yeah, I was going to say, there's probably a couple things here and there where they're like, either they forget or they're like, you know what? It's too difficult to maintain some of the fringe stuff. Yeah, like, although, did the crossbow games come out before Cold Steel, or was it the other way around? I know they happen at the same time, but when were they released? So I imagine that they probably made Toa the character after the fact and just decided to send her to the conference without really thinking about it. Okay. The older engineers seem really worn out. I'm new here, but it sounds like it's always like this when it comes to prep for military exercises. Crunch time, boys. Crunch time. Called the Orbital Net. We've got it hooked up to the Reinford company and asked to test it out. I gotta say, it's pretty darn impressive. You can pretty much access it whenever you want, and you can give away more specific orders than you can over the phone. This overtime would have been a huge nightmare if it weren't for this. So they're using... What a computer, by the way. These things look cool. So they're using this to communicate and send in, like, online orders to the Reinford company for guns and tanks and stuff. Well, it's kind of the interesting thing, because if it came out first, my assumption is that they didn't probably write Cold Steel till after the fact or sometime during the development. So they sort of had to create a reason for Gideon to be in this game. Crazy firepower. They require a lot of maintenance. They're like fussy little babies. And fussy little babies that could fire armor-piercing rounds anyway. Okay, so they're kind of temperamental machines. Interesting. Interesting. I wonder what... If they say... I assume they would have said that in, like, an interview or something. I wonder when they say that if they meant, like, they had planned the plot or if they had actually written it. Right? Because there's always, like, the little ancillary and all the side story content that's included in these games. I wonder how much of that's done, like, on the fly and how much of it's planned, like, before the development even begins. What do you think of Guerrilla and this system working here? Yeah, I kind of figured that would be something like that with Oliver coming from Liberal and all that. The food's pretty awful, but other than that, it's not a bad place to work. Well, interesting. Pulling out all the stops. Guys who are actually participating already left. Oh, okay, so they already went to get set up. Ooh, Sarah! Just hanging out in here. Oh, okay. And mechanical monsters show up outside the city limits. It's still kind of strange to me that Sarah is not, like... She doesn't make a big deal about the fact that we were attacked by ghosts. She just kind of rolls with that and moves on, like it's not important or something. Okay, so there's a group that makes these machines. Do you mind telling me more about that? Ouroboros, okay. Ouroboros? Ouroboros. Ah, okay. Yeah, I would imagine that'd be the case. Well, in a way, I imagine Cold Steel sort of spoils some of what happens in Crossbell games too, since they sort of talk about it pretty consistently. There's a secret society of sorts that act in the shadows all across the continent. Are we about to say that the Illuminati are creating robot monsters that they are sending around to places? A secret society! We don't know how many members they are or what they're capable of. Honestly, we don't know much about them at all. We do know that they have access to technology more advanced than most cutting-edge research institutes. They're behind several crises that have threatened to shake the foundations of entire nation-states. And these people are the people who made the monsters. Why is this not a bigger deal, right? She plays this out as if it's like a horrible, like they're a major problem. But nobody's talked about them until now, and nobody seems to be doing anything. Yeah, it definitely seems like the Illuminati. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I find it hard to swallow, but there's no denying what we saw out there. Well, I mean, granted, I don't know anything in Cold Steel 2, so I would assume that it gets more involved, but they're clearly doing stuff now in Erebonia, right? We've seen these machines, and we know that they appear more in the prologue, which is about to come up either today or tomorrow in the game, right? So they're involved somehow, that much is certain. Archaisms. Okay. Sort of like there's a supplier. Cool. Seems like an awful lot of them have made their way to the black market. Okay, so it sort of just happened that way. So I mean, there's a chance that they might be plotting something here in Erebonia. Hint, hint. Just in your opinion, I mean. It's a tricky thing about them. It doesn't necessarily mean that at all. There have been cases where we know they put archaisms out in the wild purely to test their abilities, for example. Still, it's something to keep in the back of your mind. Should we really let the others know? Like, not for nothing, but introducing the whole Illuminati aspect to our characters and being like, hey guys, there could be some sort of secret organization involved in all of this, and it could be anyone. Probably not great for team cohesion, just saying. Oh, we're here to talk to this guy. Eastern cornerstone of the Empire, both sides in strategic importance. In addition, all the guardsmen assigned to the fortress, the 5th Armored Division, are stationed here as well. If you go to the sheer numbers of soldiers, Corellia is easily the Empire's largest military base. Fair enough. Gotta keep strong border. At least in this case it makes sense, because in this case it makes sense for them to have like a pretty strong stance since they've been at war with Calvard before. Relatively recently, I would imagine. So they sort of are in a position where they kind of actually need to be concerned. Criminal fireman. Offensive art steal crits. Ooh. Ooh. Damage from offensive arts is raised, but more EP is consumed. Yeah, I just mean, they've mentioned that they've been at war with Calvard before, and more importantly, I get the impression that there's been at least some sort of border conflict here and there for some time now. Staircase over there leads to the command center, but you haven't been granted permission. Aw, just how it is, I'm afraid. Well, okay, maybe eventually. As long as you don't stray outside the permitted areas, you're free to go wherever you like. I mean, they nearly blew each other up like 2 months ago because of what happened in Nord, so I'd say there's some tension. In his time serving under Lieutenant Craig, I hear he's come to be considered one of the Army's top 2 most promising young officers. He's pretty handsome, if I do say so myself. I bet anything he flies right under the ranks. Right up the ranks. Ooh, okay. Yeah, definitely. Definitely that. Heard the fortress from my father, but it seems the person really drives it home the incredible scale. Oh, would her father have come here, I wonder? Yeah, definitely the UST. It's happening. I can see why he's so busy if he's going around training all the soldiers. Feel the reality of it finally sinking into me as well. I have no idea how his teaching's actually being applied, though. Opportunity to find out during it. But yeah, I mean, it is kind of odd. The Radiant Blade Master training a bunch of guys who all use ostensibly like rifles and stuff. He's got to be giving them like basic like hand-to-hand or like general training knowledge, like physicality, rather than like swordsmanship necessarily. Like you'd expect from the Empire's biggest fortress. You'd need to put in some serious prep time if you wanted to topple it. Fee, I'm not sure that's something you should say within earshot of the soldiers. Yeah, you probably shouldn't be discussing like how you would attack the fortress that you're standing in. Old habits die hard, I guess. What's over here? Wabam. Guest room. Who's in here? Oh. Hello, Emma. How are you doing? short walk around and everything about the fortress is so imposing. Maybe feel a little faint. Oh. It's hard to believe she's the same person who almost single-handedly guided us through that castle. She's a witch, Reen. Not that that's a bad thing necessarily, but just, you know, keep it in mind. There is one thing that's been bugging me lately. Ever since we arrived in Legraham, I feel like just out of the corner of my eye, I catch glimpses of this small black shadow following us. What do you mean, what? Ever since we got to the fortress, I haven't seen it. Really? Maybe you were possessed by something. Possessed, yikes. That's kind of unsettling. Isn't there like an SCP that's like that, where it's always out of like the corner of your eye at all times? I'm glad I told him to go back when... I told her to go back when we reached Keldic. Okay. So Celine's no longer with us. Understood. So that's what this was for, just to tell us that Celine isn't actually at the fortress with us. I know nothing of Emma's actual origins. I'm just making the comment that she talked to herself about how she's, like, not particularly religious, but knows magic stuff. So my assertion is that she is a witch. Whether or not that's what they would actually call her or not, I don't know. But I'm like, yep, it's got to be it. It explains how she it explains how she takes care of all that hair she has. The only way she could dry it is through magic. She's got it up in a braid, but it's got to go down to like her knees. I haven't been granted permission to enter the command center. I need to ask you to leave. Oh, are these phones or something? What is this? So you're the students who have come to tour the fortress. It's a payphone. Yeah. I wonder if this is Lieutenant General Walter, commander of Guerrilla Fortress. He looks, for the guy who's running Guerrilla Fortress, he looks an awful lot like an NPC. You'd think they would have made him look a little bit more unique. He also serves as the division commander for the 5th Armored Division, which is stationed here. I apologize for not greeting you sooner, sir. Thank you for granting us the opportunity to tour the fortress. It is a really an honor. Well, thanks, man. You know, it's kind of nice as military students that we get to, you know, see the biggest fortress in the country firsthand. Hardly built like a soldier, though. Oh, are we not beefy enough? Is that what you're getting at? I have my doubts you'd be able to endure a military training regimen with a physique like that. Oh. But what about the Manway swimming training we did? I thought we were in good shape. I hear the academy has former bracer and there's combat instructor. That must be really scraping the bottom. Hey, man. Alright, well, I know I'm losing a lot of respect for this dude quickly. Leaving such an important role, the ridiculous of a civilian. Hands of a civilian is ridiculous. The famous Thors isn't what he used to be. It's like he fills every box on the checklist of stereotypical Imperial Army soldier. Anyway. Okay, well, thanks. Have fun. Alright, man. I'm pretty sure we could take him in a fight, just saying. Neidhard here, I think, could kick our ass, but I feel like that general guy is like a scrub. He is responsible for keeping one of the Empire's most vital defensive fortifications running smoothly. Well, I mean, like, I can understand him being kind of, like, rude, perhaps, even, like, short, because he's just, you know, busy. But it's his opinions I don't agree with, not his mannerism. Considering the ongoing tensions between the Empire and the Republic, you should be grateful he allowed you to come at all. I mean, yeah, I guess. Shouldn't we be calling him Major, not Instructor? I think there's somebody over here, isn't there? Oh, there's somebody in this room. Oh, it's just a guard. Hello, sir. This first hangar where we keep our tanks. Every soldier in the 5th Armored Division knows it back to front. Be sure to take a good look around. Well, I mean, it's a hangar. Can't really be that complicated, right? Can I leave? Oh, that's a cool door. Wow. Why do they need all this big open space? Seems kind of wasteful, in a way. Also, why a land bridge? Why not just a tunnel? Isn't a land bridge, like, infinitely more dangerous since it can collapse onto the railway? Given that uniform must be student Thor's, feel free to look around all you want, but try to stay out of the way. We're all incredibly busy. Okay. Thank you. Let's have a look around. Oh, we just get teleported to the land bridge. Whoosh, run. Oh, we are indeed. Security's on high alert because of the trade conference. We're working pretty rough shifts already, so we don't want extra trouble. Yeah, we'll try not to get in the way. How are you two? Oh, sorry guys, skipped your line. Never imagined it'd be quite this big, though. This place is a departure from Zender Gate. I can hardly believe it's the same military. I guess this is, like, way, way bigger than Zender Gate, yeah? At least from what we've seen, anyway. The very definition of oversized, as ignoring the excessive display of military power. I imagine the posturing is meant to show the Kreutzen Provincial Army that they could crush them on a whim. And that does seem accurate. I don't think the Kreutzen Provincial Army would stand a chance. While I don't agree with my father's actions, I can't say I'm comfortable with this fortress's presence either. In fact, I find it hard to believe that anyone could sleep peacefully near a fortress like this. It's kind of odd, right? Because you build those huge military bases and the fortresses to make people feel safe, right? Because the idea is that you're protecting them with it, but just their own existence already makes you feel uncomfortable. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. Guess you can't see it from here after all. We'll be able to see it from where the railway guns are, but they'll get mad if I get too close to them. She wants to... Oh, yeah, she wants to see the tower. Would I ever lie to you? Yes, Milliam. You lie to me all the time, I suspect. Hey. They're going to be holding a keynote session there tomorrow. I wonder what they'll be talking about. My sort of thing is just so they can decide to finance rules and stuff for Western Zemuria, but I think it's going to end up being about who Crossbell belongs to. Ah. Might even try to get Crossbell to become part of Erebonia. That's probably a stretch. Because convincing a city-state that's in this contested area to join one side or the other essentially means, hey guys, join us and then become a war zone immediately. Toa's there too. Yeah. Gotta make sure Toa's safe. I don't really care too much about the rest of them. They can take care of themselves, but Toa had better come back safe. I knew we'd get visitors from Thor's, but they're older than that, right? How'd she even get in here? Oh yeah, Milliam running around is probably a little unsettling for most people. Can I leave that? I can't? Oh, I gotta go to the... I have to run all the way to the other side, really? Can I? No, I can't fast travel. Ugh. Run. Sprint. Return to the fortress. Okay. Let's talk to everybody there. What's over here? Freight platform. Ooh, trains. I wish I liked trains more. If I liked trains more, I feel like I would like this game even more. Alright? Gotta find that one dude who really likes trains. Container 32A. Why can't they ever deliver these things on time? Interesting. Train schedules have all changed up until the trade conference is going on. I suppose it's a special security measure. But really all it's done is put us on edge. Oof. Everybody's all worked up. Tension is high. Where'd this container come from? I don't remember anyone ordering it. Well, that's not good. You gotta be careful with that kind of stuff as a military organization. You sort of need to know what is coming and going pretty clearly. Yeah, it's kind of odd, right? Tension's really high because they're all worked up about the whole conference, but then they want to do the military exercise at the same time, which is probably not the best timing. I get why they're doing it, because they want to have like a show of force during the conference to be like, hey guys, look how big and strong we are, but... Oh, please assemble in the hangar immediately. Your transport is standing by. I repeat. Oh. Did I not get to talk to everybody? I must have. Well, hopefully I got to chat with everybody I could. Boarded the armored cars and set off towards the proving grounds. Woo! Woo, we get to ride in APCs. It's cramped and uncomfortable and everything's made of steel. Narrow, cramped, and everything smelled like machine oil hung in the misty air. Well, it's not. I didn't really think that they would say so, but I'm glad they agree with me on riding in an APC. The cars shook and rattled over the uneven ground, tumbling us around like an iron coffin on wheels. Eventually, 10 minutes of jaw-rattling travel, unable to peek outside at the scenery, we arrived at the proving grounds. Yeah. That's, it's about what I'd expect. Octen main battle tanks. I love that our viewing area is a little like pop-up gazebo with folding chairs. No like blast screen, no protection. It's not a bunker or anything. It's just some chairs out in the middle of nowhere. Oh. Oh. Is that who I think it is? That's Elliot's dad. I don't see the family resemblance. The hair made the jump from father to son, though. Look at that guy. At least his head is, like, proportional, as opposed to the art we saw before, where his head looked really tiny. It's an honor to make your acquaintance, Lieutenant General Craig. Many of these fine youngsters may one day hold positions in the Imperial Army, after all. Besides, I owe a lot to old General Van Dyke. And these must be... What a piercing stare. Craig the Red. What a name. Elliot, my boy, it's so good to see you again. Oh, hug him. Hug him. Oh. Yeah, there it is. Must be half a year since I last saw you. How have you been? This sharp-looking uniform you got, too. I've seen the photos, but it looks even better on in person. Dad, come on. Oh, you got a long way to go. Why don't you put on some real muscle? Needs to do some more man-way training. Part of me that hopes you'll stay my little cherub forever. But you're a man of Erebonia, and the men of the Empire must be strong, stout, and ready for action. Oh, I love this guy. I feel everything's been told about him is a lie. There's some differences from the story. You're kidding me. Seems like a cool guy. What a delightful commanding officer you have, Major. Yeah, I think that's awesome that Neidhart is, like, subordinate to this weirdo. I'll tell Fiona. Oh, and he's back. Olaf Craig. Commander of the Imperial Army's 4th Armored Division. The role of overseeing today's joint military exercises. Cool. Why does he have such a manly... I mean, look at him. He's like the most... He's the most man's man we've met in a while. It's one heck of a dad, Elliot. Believe me, I feel it in my bones. Brief rundown of what's going to happen. This exercise will consist of a simulated battle conducted by 2 of our armored tank divisions. Armored regiments at the formation center. Infantry, armored cars, and airships will work in tandem, using their maneuverability to the fullest to obliterate the targets. Targets today, we've been using previous model tanks that have been decommissioned from service. Autopilot functionalities have been allowing them to evade and return fire, but they'll only be armed with paint bullets. All of the regiments taking part in today's exercise will be equipped with live ammunition. Okay. So we're blowing up decommissioned old tanks to show off the new ones, and the old ones only have, like, paintballs so they can show where they would have potentially done damage. Okay. It would be hardly a live fire exercise if we didn't. Cool? I mean, it's kind of wasteful, but I get it. Armored Divisions 4 and 5. Commence combat operations. Glory to the Empire. Begin. Oh, okay. Do we get to see it happen? Kinda. Oof. What is that rate of fire? That's ridiculous. Why would an airship get that close? Wow. It's certainly potent. Takes to fight a modern war. The type of main battle tank the Reinford Company developed 2 years ago. I want to point out there is no way we can hear one another with what's going on out there. There's no talking happening right now. The Imperial Army's got a couple hundred of those in the wings, huh? It's kind of crazy. Try fighting these things like these head on, you won't stand a chance. It's true for our own nation as it is for others. The sound of artillery firing is enough to make me start shaking. I should think that's something you should get used to. I mean, the sound of gun and warfare has ever stopped bothering you, I'd be worried. I wonder, Reen. I wonder if that's something we have to be concerned about. Oh. Keep calm, Reen. We don't need you flying into a rage and cutting tanks in half and stuff. Oh, well. The 4th Armored Division, led by Lieutenant General Craig, withdrew to an encampment near the fortress. We returned and outlined the results of the training exercises. After that, do we get to hang out in the evening or something? What's for dinner? Oh, we're not eating? Oh, okay. Maybe... Oh, we're just here. Hey, no problem. Today, I'd say dinner's a million times better than lunch was. It's hash beef day! It's an Imperial Army tradition, isn't it? Smells making me hungry. Where'd your instructor go? She's a real looker. I was hoping to get a chance to talk to her. Oh. People interested in Sarah. Oh, okay. She's with Major Neidhart. It's hard to compete with those guys in the 4th Armored Division. I don't see the two of them getting along in that way. Be enough if I just had Craig the Red, but they got that Major, and he's kind of scary. Oh, okay. Like a division of muscle men. Anyway, we shouldn't be trying to get tied down any longer. Your hash beef's gonna get cold. See you tomorrow. Thanks, man. Food. What's with all the gloomy faces? I think you guys would have a bit too rosy an outlook. What were you expecting to see out there? I'm sure you can understand at least a little of how we feel. It's like, has everything we've learned at our time in Academy been for nothing? Academics, arts, individual skills in combat, none of it matters the slightest in real warfare. If you're all looking to do is fight a war, you don't need any of those. Yeah, it's a little more complicated than that, though. I mean, in a grand scale, like tank versus tank combat, obviously we have little impact. But that's not really how wars play out in the long term. Plenty of troops at your command, the latest weaponry, and overwhelming firepower. It seems that simple, but it's not. Octogen are even more powerful than I expected them to be, too. I remember my mother boasting about their capabilities when she was trying to sell them to the army 2 years ago. I can see that being in place with swords on the battlefield with weapons like these on a front line. Still, I think maybe we've been misunderstanding something important all this time. What we saw in that military exercise today was power in its purest form. There's a morality on its own. It exists to bring about a result, regardless of the ideals or principles of those who wield it. Well, I mean, they're just weapons, right? That's the idea. I think I finally understand what they wanted us to watch that military exercise in the first place. They could have taught us in a less roundabout fashion. Oh, Sarah! Yay! How goes it? Alright, let's learn what's going on. Let me explain to you what you'll be doing tomorrow. In the morning, you're scheduled to participate in the Imperial Army's physical fitness training. Woo! Special lecture, okay, where I'll be bringing you up to speed on the info I just mentioned. After that, you'll be granted special permission to view the railway guns. Okay, cool. Sounds like we've got a pretty packed schedule. Let's bring it all the way out here, so we might as well make the most of it. Every nation possesses power in a form of the military, whether that military be large or small. Happens to have the power of a very striking, easy to understand form. As students in the military academy, you have an obligation to know the scale of the power the Empire of Erebonia wields at present, a power you might one day be in charge of yourselves. Milliam just really likes bothering users. I like that they're trying to teach them a lesson, though, here, of, like, understanding the responsibility of what it means to be, like, a commander in the army. What's going on over here? That should do it. Alright, that covers today's quota. You know, every time the military exercise is coming out, the workload gets pretty crazy. Managing inventory got much easier. Okay. They've got everything hooked up on the network over in Crossbell. Wish the Empire would get on a bit more, thanks to think of the utility. Okay, so Crossbell has like an actual internet, whereas Erebonia does not. Interesting. You need special equipment to send signals through a wired connection to make use of it. So they have like LAN infrastructure. Probably be quite a while before it's widespread thing. Yeah, I mean, the bigger a nation, the more expensive and difficult it is to have like a robust internet system. An orb mail looks like it's from HQ. You gotta be kidding. This is right here in the this right here is the problem with the orbital net. There's no such thing as off hours when they can just send you orders around the clock. What's going on? They're planning on doing some extra exercises tomorrow. That means we gotta outfit 20 Octozen with C units by tomorrow. 20? Might as well start up another pot of coffee. We're in for an all-nighter for sure. Do we even have that many C units left? A lot of them came by freight just this evening. Exactly 20, if you can believe it. I guess they'll have to get it done. Dang. That's a shame. They have to keep working. Woo. August 31st. Crossbell stateside. Oh. This is what the fortress looks like from the other side? Oh, and there's just two big... That's where the guns are? They're just sitting there right outside the gate? Okay, cool. After what seemed like enough adventure to fill a week, we reached the final day of our field study. Over in Crossbell State, they were busy preparing today's keynote session. Woo! After completing it, no easy task I might add, we sat down with the lukewarm redux of yesterday's lunch. That afternoon, during the science lecture, we were presented with a confidential report on the terrorists. Okay, cool. It's still kind of strange that we would be told about this sort of thing, given the fact that we are just students, but, you know, I suppose we are at least... We're probably one of the most experienced groups of individuals when it comes to the Imperial Liberation Front, because we've fought them more than once, where no one else really can say that. Or at least that's what the Intelligence Division believes. Well, we understood that to be pretty likely. A known terrorist organization from Calvard has turned up in Crossbell 2. That's oddly convenient, right? That there's a notable terrorist organization like messing up Erebonia, and there's one in Calvard at the same time, both of which got involved at the Crossbell State Conference at the same time as well. It's almost like they're connected in some way. Pretty touch and go right now. Oh no. What are the authorities doing? Everything they can. However, the operation is being handled solely by the Intelligence Division. They refuse to tell the Imperial Army anything, just that they have a trusted ally taking care of things. Interesting. I wonder who the trusted ally is. Who does the Intelligence Division trust? You gotta know something, right? Well, I do, but I can't really tell you anything. It's not a breach of confidentiality to tell you that they're a really strong bunch, though. That's still pretty vague. Get a few ideas. Anyway, there's not much point to us worrying about it right now. The Imperial Liberation Front are a bigger crew than we thought. Big enough to be in possession of state-of-the-art military airship. Yeah, we did see all that. Reinford's the manufacturer, then. Just something that large found its way in the hand of insurgents is currently unknown. A high-speed model. Okay, so their focus is on... Well, I mean, we know that they're... Even though they play it out as if they're a more significant group, as far as we've seen, their resources are a little limited, so I guess they need to get around more than they need to fight, necessarily. RF-26 series. There are a number of different models within that series, though. If they have an airship, that means they're going to be a whole lot more difficult to catch. I guess, like, radar isn't a thing. So, with an airship in their possession, there's no telling when or where they'll pop up next. Yeah, Toa's there. Thank you, Elisa. You have your priorities straight. Now you got me worrying. I don't think anything's going to have to worry about with Gramps and Lecter over there. That aside, if the terrorist attention is currently focused on Crossbell, does that mean the Empire is effectively safe right now? They did target the princess during the summer festival last month. It seems like a really odd line of thinking. Maybe they just want us to believe they're targeting the Chancellor. Yeah, I mean, it's just as possible. They've increased security level here at home. The Emperor and everyone else connected to the Imperial family should be safe. Beefed up security, that seems shorthanded. Okay. Yeah, so you want to tell us about them? Ooh, PowerPoint. Oh, it's a slideshow. Cool. It's G. That's the man who kidnapped the princess. And Elise in Heimdall, not to mention he tried to start a war with Calvar in the Nord Highlands. His full name is Michael Gideon. He used to be an assistant professor at the Imperial Academy in Heimdall. So, teacher to activist to terrorist, is that the line? Political philosophy, okay. 3 years ago, he was dismissed from his position due to his intense criticism of Chancellor Osborne's hardline policies. Okay. Getting laid off set him on the road to terrorism. It sounds like the actual reason he was let go was because he was handing out tracts and flyers in public. You'll find... So I was right. Okay, so he went from a teacher to being an activist to being a terrorist. Got it. You'll find these kinds of idealists at the heart of most terrorist groups, though. They twisted or even more militant and radical. You can't even reason with them either. They just don't know when to give up. Sounds like some other groups I know. How do we know anything about the others? Also, did Crow just compare Class 7 to terrorists? S, V, and C. Why do we have a picture of a silhouette that we stitched together for this? The strongest lead right now is that V may have belonged to a Jaeger Corps. Interesting. He was toting around his machine gun that looked like it should have been mounted on a vehicle. Was he familiar to Fee? Not at all. Don't know anything about S. And we have absolutely zero information on C. Okay. He's able to go toe-to-toe with Reen, Laura, and Feast simultaneously. I almost find that hard to believe. Imagine that there are plenty of people in the Empire who could do so. I mean, we've fought one. I'm pretty confident the Radiant Blade Master could probably take the entirety of Class 7 if he wanted to. Goes without saying, the Radiant Blade... Exactly. I bet Good Mira, the Instructor Sarah, and Major Reinhardt could do it too. Can't say for certain. Look at Mr. Modesty over here. The Major here is widely held to be one of the strongest up-and-coming officers in the entire army. I've heard people mention him right alongside Major Vander. Ooh. Laying it on a little thick today, aren't we? He's a practitioner of Vander-style swordsmanship. No doubt a relative of Lieutenant General Vander from Zender Gate. I would question whether I can stand on equal footing with him. Major Vander is unquestionably strong. He was my classmate during my military academy. Yeah, we heard about that. And quite close to Prince Oliver. Ooh. Did all three of them know each other then? They went to school together? He's in Crossbell right now, serving as the prince's bodyguard. So I wonder if he comes up then in the Crossbell games. That's reassuring to know. Getting back to the point, it's not just C. We still know very little about their group as a whole. Their funding is a mystery. So even if they're a no-show in Crossbell, I doubt we've heard the last of them. It's entirely possible they've come to hold a personal grudge against you, so be careful. Well, I don't doubt it, so gotta be mindful. Finally time to get a peek at Guerrilla Fortress's infamous railway guns. 330. You've now been shown the area where the railway guns are housed. All of what you're about to see is highly classified. I presume you're aware of the protocol surrounding confidential intel. Yes, instructor. I mean, guys, it's just the railway guns. I was gonna say they're pretty well known. You'd think that like the idea of it being confidential information is kind of a moot point at this point. I'd like you to stay here and wait for us. If you'd like to stay here and wait for us, then yeah, just hang out. Aw. Alright, well. What's going on, Neidhart? Muller wants to speak with me. What? He's taking a call from someone outside the fortress on his Arcus. Sure looks that way. We'll be on alert here as well. Right, take care out here. Oh, the music changed. Something's going on at Crossbell. A short while ago, the skyscraper where the conference is taking place came under attack by the Imperial Liberation Front. The attack was carried out via airship. Ooh, fortunately they were able to repel the terrorists, and Prince Oliver, Chancellor Osborne, and the others are unharmed. It's too early to tell if the danger is truly past. Okay. So they attacked, but failed. Well, it's good to know that everyone's safe, at least. Something else strange happened. What was it? The terrorists were somehow able to gain access to the orbital net and manipulate the shutters that partitioned the building. Furthermore, they had with them a force of mechanical monsters. Okay, so they had archaisms with them and were able to manipulate the building through their internet. Ran into them on the highway there. They broke into the orbital net. How much of Guerrilla Fortress is connected to the network? At present, it's only used for inventory and equipment management by the maintenance staff. Ooh, well, that's not a good sound. A tremor. Yeah, sabotage, question mark? Everything's on fire and tanks are leaving. Cool. What the... What happened here? They just started moving. No one's inside. They just started moving on their own. C units started malfunctioning. They couldn't have. What's a C unit? It's an automatic control unit we put in vehicles that are going to be serving as targets in military exercises. How did they attach them to their most advanced tanks? This is not good. I'm going to assess the situation. I need you to help fight the fires and assist with injured maintenance staff. Get out there, lads. Why are you shooting rifles at these tanks? At least the armored car, it makes sense. But those rifles are not going to do a thing to tanks. Are automatic control systems really capable of this level of advanced maneuvering? No, they're definitely not. Our current technology isn't capable of anything nearly this advanced. If you were to apply the tech used in archaisms, it suddenly becomes a whole lot more possible. So they're equipped with like a very rudimentary AI that makes them like move like monsters or something? Interesting. Yeah, it's gotta be... So the Illuminati are taking our tanks. What are they planning? Why would they be going to the training grounds? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, does it? What in Idios' name is going on? Why are unmanned tanks moving around blasting the hell out of the base on their own? Last night, headquarters sent an order to the engineers to fit those tanks with C units. I gave no such order. Never mind that. Right now, we need to focus on extinguishing the fires and quelling the confusion. Got a call on the 4th Armored Division. So right now, the most significant base in the entirety of Erebonia is currently void of tanks because they all left on their own. What's their goal? What are they trying to accomplish? Definitely some kind of game plan. Can't just stand aside and do nothing. Oh. Wait, why is he standing on top of that tank? What a badass. The whole armor division is just rolling through, and he's just standing on it with his arms crossed. He's not even, like, holding on to anything. How did he not, like, fall down? There's no way. It doesn't make any sense. General! HQ, apprise me of the situation. Lead the rogue tanks to us. Can't rule out the possibility they're a diversion. I want you all to stay here. Thank you, General. Advance! Take out those out-of-control tanks by any means necessary. They're unmanned, so no need to hold back. He's just standing there, perfectly still with his arms crossed. Your dad really is something else. Yeah, he's pretty nuts. He's pretty cool when he takes charge like that. Seems we no longer need to worry about those tanks. What are they after? Question of the hour, isn't it? Can't let our guard down. Yeah, we gotta go back. Oh. Aren't those... airships. Aren't those, like... oh. The Imperial Liberation Front. Oh, okay. There's 2 of them. There's no way we could have known they had another force lying in wait. Oof. The hangar. There are people in those hangars right now, so that's not good. I guess there might not be anybody left in the hangars now, but there were. Where are our airships?
Seriously think they could breach an impregnable fortress?
They're just terrorists. Wipe them out. Right back at you.
Oh. And suddenly there's blood everywhere. Ooh. Okay. That's a way to do it. Here come the archaisms. Have we seen blood in the game
Let's get this party started
before this? Is that... has it come up? I feel like this is like the first time we see anybody like...
Headed straight for the left railway gun. If anyone gets in our way, fill them full of holes.
I think this is the first time you ever see somebody like bleeding or like dead, so to speak.
Yeah.
I'm still very confused as to where...
What's the Imperial Liberation Front doing here?
I'm still very confused as to where our airships went. You'd think we would have just shot them down before they even landed.
I thought they were in Crossbell.
Well, that is the main attraction.
Oh. Wait, why shoot them? They're all dead.
They sure didn't put up much of a fight.
She like decapitated all of them in one swing.
Our mission is to support Comrade G over in Crossbell. Our target is the right railway gun.
Okay.
Let's show him some beautiful fireworks, shall we?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, at least we know why they're here. They're going for both the left and the right wing. They're going to fire them at the trade conference while the Chancellor is. If a shot from one of those railway guns hits the building, it'll blow the place to smithereens. They kind of characterize these as a bit more dangerous than that, but okay. I want you all to stand by here. No way. Yeah, I mean, what are we going to do? Stand around? Like, what purpose would us waiting around accomplish? It's not like there's a safe place for us to go. We might as well fight. Times run luxury we don't have. I think it's best to let them help us. We're going back into the fortress. Group A and B, you're with me. Go team! And the loop is now complete. We're back where we started. August 31st. Eastern edge of the Erebonian Empire. Guerrilla Fortress. Military training grounds. I love that they repeat it. Like that they actually play the scene out exactly the same way again.
It's no use. We can't even scratch them. What's happening? Who's in control of those things? Get in touch with the 4th Armored Division. We need backup from Lieutenant General Craig.
How did these soldiers end up out here, actually, now that I think about it? Ooh. What a shot. Oh, I love that he's still just standing on top of the tank. Why? Ooh. And we've got lots of bodies. Everybody's dead. You know, in hindsight, I, for some reason, don't remember Milliam or Crow being in this scene.
This is awful. What happened here?
How terrible.
I can smell smoke. Are they using gunpowder?
They've completely blindsided us.
It still throws me off when she says, are they using gunpowder? As opposed to what? Is there another way that the guns fire?
It appears that everything else they've done today was to serve as a decoy, even making the tanks go haywire.
Right. It looks like their real target was the railway guns all along, which means they must be serious about targeting that trade conference in Crossbell City.
They wouldn't. How low can they possibly sink?
So, they're intent on taking the Chancellor's head after all.
I'll have to look back, but I don't think Milliam or Crow are in this scene.
Resorting to such wanton violence? This is absolutely outrageous.
This does look kind of bad.
Understatement of the year.
Please, let us help. We don't know if reinforcements are on the way, and it doesn't look like we have much time left.
I find it somewhat... it's strange to me that no one in the party is like breaking down. Like, nobody's unable to cope with the fact that they're in a room full of just corpses, right? Like, there's 10 or 11 just dead people laying on the floor in this room, and no one's freaking out. No one's, like, unable to deal with that.
We have to stop them before they can activate the railway guns.
Reen's right.
I don't know how much we can really do, but considering the alternative, we have to try.
I agree with Elliot here.
Right. I'm not about to let those terrorists have their way.
I mean, when would Machias have seen a corpse, right? When would Eustace have seen a corpse, right? He's a noble. He's just been living at home all the time. Right? Fee, I can understand. Right? Like, Milliam, it's... I mean, yes, but what I mean to say is I don't think he's seen, like, violent death, right?
Looks like any attempt to convince you otherwise would fall on deaf ears.
It's just that, like, seeing a bunch of people get shot and there's just blood all over the floor and the walls and just, like, this kind of violence, usually at least some people are unable to really...
Reen, you and the rest of Group A are with me.
Cope with that kind of visual, right? And the idea that every single one of the characters is just okay with it, it's not necessarily unrealistic, but it sort of colors your disposition of who everyone is, like what life feels like to them, where this is something that they were prepared for.
Group B, you'll be under the command of Major Neidhart.
One group will secure the gun in the right wing. The other group will secure the left. This is an actual combat situation, with real lives at stake. I expect the best from each of you.
Yes, sir.
We'll be
All right,
fine.
Class 7. Our objective is to stop the activation of the railway guns. We've learned a lot at the Academy. It's time to put that knowledge to the test.
Understood!
Instructor Sarah joined the party. Yay! While she's assigned to active battle party, the number of support members will be increased to 3. You can now use bursts. Yeah! Attack all enemies performed by 2 linked pairs, which consumes bravery points access. I'd have to listen back to it, but yes, not everybody said what they're supposed to say. Hey, we got the whole team. Sarah's level 55. I think we're actually slightly under-leveled because Laura and Gaius are not level 49, but that's okay. Oh, I get to have Sarah in the party. Diablo and Pain. An orbital gun named Diablo and a special blade named Pain. I can change her equipment, technically. A long garment with a distinctively refreshing blue color. And she's wearing hiking shoes. Okay. She has an evergreen equipped. Can I steal that from her? Ooh. Can I steal her evergreen? Oh, I could take her blue tunic, too. I think. Can I take... I think we might steal... we might steal Instructor Sarah's equipment. Oh, okay. Alright, that's happening, I guess. Oh, does she get costumes? She doesn't. Oh. If I had bought, like, the cat ears or something, I guess I could probably put them on her. That'd be fun. If I give her an accessory, does it disappear? Because I know for a fact she's not staying in the party. Well, let's take it off of her and see how things go. Alright, we gotta use Sarah to as much as we can, because we don't get to. And you see there, she actually gets added to the menu, up in the upper right, where she's level 3. Okay. What a party. Okay. You too. That'll do. Alright, let's go. Press the wrong R button. Both of them do similar things. One makes the game faster, and the other one makes me run faster. I don't know if I needed a rest, but I did it anyway.
Here they come.
They look just like that thing we fought during our field study.
They do indeed.
Mechanical monstrosities.
Save the talking for later. We need to take these things out.
Got it!
Go team!
You messed with the wrong teacher. Okay.
Thundering roar, lightning charge, flash, and plasma storms. It's all lightning stuff. Lightning charge gives her strength and speed plus 50 and insight. Wow. Okay. Flash overtakes enemy with lightning bolt. Seal delay 30, unbalanced 30. What are these abilities? Jesus. Okay. Seal 90%. Okay. And speed reduction and an unbalanced chance. Okay, do that.
Right.
She's so strong. Oh. And she attacks really fast too. That's crazy.
Here we go.
Reen does not have any CP because I used it during that last boss fight. What we are going to do, though, is scan these things.
Arcus, activate.
I wonder, because I scanned the boss version of these guys, do I also know what the bigger guys' info is? Tri-Attacker R2. Is that like a Star Wars reference? The R2? A protocol archaism, a patrol archaism, released by Imperial Liberation Front. Very mobile and capable of machine gun and missile fire.
No, you don't.
Oh, the cover. There we go.
My turn.
Leave it to me.
Oh, I do need to scan these guys again. Okay. They are vaguely strong. I wonder if they give good rewards for killing them. Donkey missiles. Ow. That hurt, man.
Here we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
We gotta heal people. Specifically Laura. Laura needs some help.
You have my thanks.
We're about to get crit.
No, you don't.
Oh, the cover.
Fool.
Leave it to me.
How do you cover someone and then dodge? It doesn't make any sense.
Didn't see that coming.
Right. Huh?
Here we go.
Okay.
You still don't have any CP. Analyze.
Of course.
Hey.
Or miss. That's fine too.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. What is this thing? Phalanx J9, an archaism designed to aid in conquering enemy strongholds. Fires small missiles effective against bunched up foes.
My turn.
Fair enough.
My turn.
Wow, he misses a lot.
This is nothing.
Wait, did she die to this burn? Not quite.
Evil
73
will fall before
HP.
my blade.
Ooh, they get pretty good XP actually.
Not bad.
I'm just getting started.
Well, bam. Down he goes.
No doubt about it. Those things were the same as the one we fought outside Legrand.
It seems a large number of them are on the loose inside the fortress. I'm guessing that's what got the soldiers we just saw too.
Seems so.
They definitely look more like orbally powered archaisms than monsters.
Orbally powered archaisms.
So these are archaisms.
Are you certain, Instructor?
Yeah, they're a kind of autonomous weapon made by a rather unsavory group. And a real pain to deal with, too. We need to hurry, but keep your wits about you.
Understood.
Oh, we got a bunch of things to fight. Cool. I have so many tear bombs. Wait. Oh. Why do I have full HP again? Did the cutscene heal me? Is the layout... The layout is not the same as what it was. Interesting. So the prologue has like a very linear layout, whereas this is the actual...
What the?
Oh,
Looks like they were packing explosive charges. We'll need to find another route.
give me boxes. Nothing. Really? Except mass? Alright, I'll take that. Worth it. Speaking of which, where did all the bodies go? Whoop. Can I juke this guy out on the table? Eh. Got him.
Here's our
Easy.
chance. Don't mess it up. Leave it to me.
Oh man, I forgot she has spells. Judgment Bolt? What does this do? Excellent. I'll take it. Gale.
Second form. Gale.
Ooh. Kill both of them. Hype.
That's the power of the 8 leaves.
I will take that.
Oh, a treasure chest.
Mine 3. Can I change her? Oh my god, I can... She has such good stuff. I want it so bad. Action 3? Oh. Oh. I want to steal her stuff so bad. Okay, what did I just pick up? Picked up, Eat Mine 3, was it? Yeah. Art Strength plus 40. Wow, okay. Is there a justifiable place to put this? EP cut? Can't really put that there. Anything better for this, actually? Accuracy, insight status, start for 4 turns. Ammo would be the one that would make most sense to give it to. EP2 is really not that valuable, so I can just recover her EP more so. So let's make her do more damage so she doesn't need to cast as many spells. The old Resident Evil strategy. If the attack hurts more, you don't need as much ammo.
Now's our chance. Let's get him.
Okay.
Smack him.
Go. The second form. Gale.
Okay.
Right. Huh? Now.
I'll help. Okay.
I would very much like to get this victory pose between
Okay.
Sarah and some of the party, if I could.
Okay. We're burning daylight.
Level 50, and Force reach level 5. Get 25. Restore CPU when HP is low. Once per fight, when your HP hits below 20%, you just get full CP. You just get 200. Raise strength when HP is low. 5 turns at 25%. Once per fight below 20. So literally, Reen's entire mechanic is set up in such a way where when his HP gets low, he just gets a free super attack with a damage buff.
Right.
I mean, I'll take it, but it seems a little strange choice to me. What's that? You're losing? Here's the reversal button. Fight me. Eh.
Now's our chance. Let's get him.
Okay.
Go.
Go. Give me some bravery points. You guys don't unbalance all that much. Granted, I think they're weak to strike.
My turn.
So, I wonder if I should
Your turn.
Come on, Lammy.
get Lammy out here. Milliam, punch him. There it is.
Now's our chance. I'll help. We won, Emma. We won.
Well done.
V for victory.
It seems this is a storage area.
Plenty of archaisms wandering around here, too.
I don't know why we needed to bring that up, but figured I should be quiet while characters talk. Alright, EP charge. Ooh, treasure. Give me loot. Zerum powder. Alright, I'll take that. Whoop. No. I said nope. Oh,
Here they
I
come.
missed.
Be careful, everyone.
Leave it to me.
Why am I so bad? Flash.
Didn't see that coming.
Go.
Gale.
Second form. Gale.
Give me something. No, really? Come on now.
Yeah.
Well, bam.
This is it. Gotcha.
Get another assist.
Here I go.
Leave it to me.
Got him.
Lights
Cool.
out for them. Good work.
Sarah's so busted. It's her master quartz, if I remember. Yeah, she recovers HP and EP every time she attacks. Just the fact that she's fighting, she just recovers resources.
Now's our chance. Let's get him.
Okay.
Go. Now's our chance.
Get
One
him.
for me.
You're done.
Finishing blow. Yeah.
It's my turn.
All right, we got 5 bravery points.
Yes, sir. Now's our chance.
First,
Hey, everyone. Understood.
all out attack.
Here. Woohoo! We win.
I love that. I love it so much. It's very Persona. The all out attack though.
Yay, treasure!
I agree with you, Milliam. Yay, treasure. Concept. We got action. Probably don't need blind. So let's put action 3. Get some speed up in here. Okay. Give me that. Time. More time. So many hallways. Up we go. Ooh. But which way do I go? Now I'm worried I'm gonna go the way that is progress and get caught up in stuff. What is this? Oh, this gotta be somebody's office or something.
We have the advantage.
Oh,
Here we go.
time to kill these guys.
Second form. Gale.
My turn.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Not really that dangerous, all things considered. Granted, getting behind them definitely gives us considerable advantage, but
It's my turn.
everything seems pretty easy to kill.
There. Well, that's that. Let's get going.
But the fact that I have Sarah in my party for a limited time
Oh, a treasure chest.
kind of makes me feel like fighting a little bit more with her. Getting a little bit of extra XP as well.
We finally got around to the other side.
We did.
The path to the right leads deeper into the fort. Let's keep moving.
So the path to the right. I mean this path, yes? So where does the other way go? Oh, flight port. Can we go out here? Oh. It's the airship they arrived on. It's one of the terrorist airships. I don't see any of them around, but why would they leave it unattended? Oh! It's gonna blow! Why doesn't Lammy do that more often? Just a raw barrier. Alright, they blew up their own aircraft. They must have rigged it to blow. Thank you, Milliam. Thank you. Yeah, good job. Why set it here, though? It's not like this is the most effective place to put a trap. I'm sure it all plays into their plan somehow. Anyway, let's save the big picture question for later. We need to stop them firing those railway guns. It is kind of odd. Why would they blow it up? I mean, blowing it up on the heliport doesn't... It's not necessarily a bad thing, right? Because you leave a bunch of rubble there and it becomes difficult to land any other aircraft. But you think they would have, like, done something more damaging with it. Yo, Gyno. Stuff's popping off. We're back at the prologue, which I guess you never saw, but... Ugh.
Here's our chance. Don't mess it up. Okay.
Sarah, do your thing.
Didn't see that coming. Now.
Got it. Here we go. The second form.
Gale.
Go.
And one for me. Not half bad.
You say as you outdo us.
It's the term is like in media res, I believe, where the prologue starts in like the second third of the game or so, like 3/4 in, essentially.
There seems to be a treasure chest here.
And then you flash back to the start of the game. And now we have reached the point where the game starts at.
Oh, an Ormond charging station.
That door near it looks like it leads outside.
Probably an external corridor. Everyone, follow me.
Let me pick it up. Thank you. Curia Balm. So I can't get to the other side. Up we go. Why are we walking? Everybody run. The base is blowing up around us. There's gunfire and explosions and stuff. Why are we just leisurely walking through this place? Hurry it up, people.
This must be Corellia Canyon. You can see Crossbell State on the other side.
I mean, we were supposed to get to see the guns, so I guess this was where we were supposed to do it.
There.
Speaking of. Oh, look. The railway guns. I love that the railway guns are essentially just big tanks.
Those are...
The railway guns. They're enormous.
They sure are.
Damn. How did they manage to get them prepped so fast? Don't tell me they're just gonna let them rip without even setting a target.
Oh.
Instructor.
Boss
Are
time.
these control unit archaisms?
Well, they're certainly not shy about bringing out the big guns.
Ugh, we don't have time for this. We need to take these things out fast.
Right there with you.
Let's send these cretins to the scrap heap.
We'll have to fight our way through.
Do it, team.
Sorry.
I'll show you how it's done.
Use this. Noble
Now's
command.
our chance. Don't let it pass.
Leave it to me.
My turn.
I believe these guys are quite strong. Ooh. Okay. Well, that answers that. Laura, Laura's gonna need to come in and do damage, I think. Let's see. From strength. What is he weak to? So they don't have a particular weakness other than earth magic. They can be blinded quite easily. A large archaism designed for defending strongholds reduces enemy numbers with lasers and immense firepower. Zephyranthes? Interesting. Props you material. Okay. They can be delayed. Okay. That makes life much easier.
I've got this.
Well, bam. That one. Cool.
My turn.
Let's delay. Let's keep delaying this guy.
Didn't see that coming.
My turn.
Go cancel this guy's casting.
There.
Okay.
Okay. Wait, can they take burn or confuse? They can be burned. Confusion is unlikely. Okay, well,
Dance, flames.
let's give it a shot.
Astral flare.
Sounds like I got to
well.
confuse. I did. He's confused. Perfect. I
leave this to you.
Understood.
Go for the buffs.
Leave it to me.
Start smacking him. Okay.
Go.
Autumn leaf cutter. Just not gonna get to cast, my dude. It's just not gonna happen today.
Now, an opening.
Yeah.
Wasn't he weak to earth? Yes. Okay. So that means Grand Press should work pretty well.
Activate.
Give it a shot. Damage, please. 6. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, that answers that. Smack that guy around a little bit.
Of course.
Slash. Get the crit. Perfect. Follow up with a rush. We're not going to hold out for the burst because it's just not worth it for now. Shoots his buddy with a laser. I'll take that. Reen, I want you to move right here.
Yeah.
Grand Press again, because damage is awesome. Oh, she's going to cast that in a turn? Wow, okay. Light him up.
My turn.
0 art, so we might as well throw a Judgment Bolt in his face. Alright, Reen. Why don't you start arc slashing both of them?
Now's our chance.
I'll help. It's my turn.
The fact that these guys can get delayed, like, just trivializes this fight. They do not stand a chance because they just will not get turns.
My turn.
You just keep arc slashing, and they just can't handle it.
Leave it to me.
Okay.
Go.
My turn.
Well, it's going much smoother than I thought it would.
Now.
Did we get him?
My turn.
Not quite. Now we did. Alright, cool. That's another one down. How much EP do I have? All kinds. Cool. Slash. His turn has got to be so delayed at this point, I'm not sure it will ever matter.
Off guard. And one for me. Leave it to me.
Okay. Damage. Take the Grand Press.
My turn.
Green, 0 arts. Impassion yourself. Yeah, that'll work.
It's my turn. Arcus, activate.
My turn.
Well, now it's just a matter of waiting for this guy to die, I guess.
My turn.
What's that? You wanted to have a turn? Well, now it's gone.
Of course.
Cool. I'll see you later.
Now. And one for me. Leave it to me.
Okay. Now.
She's getting so many of these spells off. It's crazy.
Here we go.
Nothing. Dang.
Right.
Radiant Wings. Probably unnecessary, but we'll do it anyway. Lightning Charge.
The thunder now.
Okay.
We might as well just keep hitting it.
Arcus, activate.
Oh, you got a turn finally. Oh, that was a mistake on my part. Oh well.
Here we go.
Arc Slash.
Leave it to me.
My turn.
I guess we'll keep Arc Slashing then.
Right.
Okay.
My turn.
He's so healthy. It's ridiculous. It just takes old eternity to kill him.
Off guard.
Burst.
Time is now.
Right. Leave it to me.
Get him, team.
Leave it to me.
Now. An opening.
Almost there. Yeah.
It's an honor to see the purple lightning in action.
Maybe you'll get a nickname someday.
Maybe she will. Maybe she will.
Not bad.
Nice.
Oh. Oh, okay.
A self-destruct mechanism. Does their cowardice know no bounds?
Is that a throwback to Trails in the Sky with exploding enemies? Except for in this case, they don't kill us.
We're running out of time. I'm gonna go on ahead. Follow me as soon as you're sure it's safe to...
Oh, well, we might be too late.
Railway guns.
No, no, no!
Don't!
Oh, sleeper, here it is.
Stop!
There you go, Reen yelled. And they all died.
What?
What?
They didn't launch anything.
Oh, maybe the first bullet in each of the railway guns is a blank to prevent firing accidents.
What an amount of forethought that you would have to be like, yeah, we're gonna load both guns with blanks. That way, if this ever happens, whatever moron decides to try and take the first shot, nothing comes out.
What?
They do that?
Sure seems that way. And now that they fired once, it's gonna take some time before they're ready to fire again.
Does it take a while to reload these things, I guess?
Then if we can reach them before that...
Yeah. There's no way we're going to let them get off a second shot.
And that's where the prologue ends, by the way. When the screen fades to black, you just go to the start of the game. So now you get to see that, in fact, the guns didn't go off and everyone's okay. What a cool area. Oh, that does not look good. When you look down there, it's, you weren't meant to see that, I guess. Interesting. Is there... I wonder what that building on the other side is. I guess now isn't really the time to be exploring. In we go. Now we're on the other side. Okay, cool. Let's fight this dude.
Now's our chance. Let's get him.
Okay.
Flash?
Didn't see that coming. Do it!
An opening!
Easy.
Go.
Throw to Gale.
Second form. Gale.
Oh, got so much
We'll cut our
CP
own path.
for killing all of them. Are we gonna switch Gaius in here? Not using him enough. Oh, there's just a bunch of chests just lined up in a row. Thank you for the sept. Terral Balm. Ooh, a treasure chest.
Is that a treasure chest?
It is indeed.
Here they come. Stay focused, class. My turn.
Oh, she just starts with a Zero Arts turn. Alright, well. I'll take that.
Go. Second form. Gale.
Okay, we killed those two.
No, you don't.
Ooh, the cover. Sarah's cover goes off, like, all the time.
No escape.
Brilliant spin. I kind of like the idea that Sarah has, like, the way her link is set up, she specifically tries to protect her students. Because she has cover with a bunch of them.
Okay. Lights out for them. Good work.
Great.
Just climbing in levels. Deep Ochre. Ochre. Defense 50, Art Defense 50, Speed 5, prevents Seal and Mute. Ooh, a gem made from high purity amberl. Emits an amber glow. Might actually be pretty good. Come to think of it, can I wear her stuff? I can't. Could put on the hiking shoes. Would lower my speed though. So her equipment isn't really that great, but I still want to keep that accessory she had because that evergreen is choice. All right, down the hallway. Come and get me, little guy. What a fight on your hands.
Now's our chance. Let's get him.
My turn.
Kill them all.
Didn't see that coming.
Now! An opening!
Here we go.
Well, that's actually kind of annoying because it means that Reen can't Gale. But we'll be fine.
Okay.
Of course.
Easy.
Go. That's the power of the 8 leaves.
There are boxes down this way. Ooh. Water. And mass. Okay. Onwards. Ooh, there's more chests. There's no enemies here. Interesting.
Yay, treasure!
Why are you so happy, Milliam? There's bad stuff happening right now, okay? I need you to calm down a little bit. Oh, we got another area. Wow, this is a lot more elaborate than I thought it would be. Oop, wait. There's nothing down there? Okay.
Another story.
We have the
Gotta
advantage.
cut off the voice line. I'm
Leave it to
sorry to
me.
use this. I got stuff to do. I forgot to switch in Gaius again. I don't understand how I keep forgetting about him, but I do.
Okay.
Gaius,
sorry for the
thank
trouble.
you.
With pleasure.
There.
Okay.
My turn. That's the power of the 8 leaves.
I wonder what Sarah and Gaius's victory line is. So many boxes. A lot of items that they are giving me in this area. The storage floor. Interesting. Let's check this place out. Oop. Treasure! I knew it! Oh, come on. Alright.
Treasure!
What is it?
You messed with the wrong teacher.
Oh,
It's
no.
my turn.
Hmm.
Can you handle this?
I'll take it from here.
We're gonna test out this ability, which we've never used before. Emma, kill them all.
Rise, great towers.
Excuse me? Castle? Question mark?
Lord of Varian. Rest in peace.
Wait, how do we live through that?
Of course.
Something lived? Oh.
Evil will fall before my blade.
What is...
A matter of course.
I did it!
I feel like I'm growing stronger.
I don't know words for that. I don't really know what to say. Oh, we got Hellfire. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have to take a look at all of our quartz and like redesign how I'm setting up these characters at some point. But for now, we're okay. I don't really know how to take what. Are the S-crafts like canon, right? Do they happen? When you cast them, is that something that's actually going on? Because in some of the characters' cases, it's just kind of like an elaborate technique that uses some, like, maybe some cool elemental abilities or something. In the case of other ones, it's like this massive, crazy attack that, like, for example, summons a castle that shoots a laser beam and blows up the whole area. And I'm just like, is that canon? Is that what's actually happening? Like, do the characters see that happen? What are you doing in here?
We have the advantage. Leave it to me.
This fight is going to play out the same way every time. No matter how many times the game puts it in front of me.
Here we go.
That's going to happen, and then Gale's going to happen, and then the fight is over.
That's the power of the 8 leaves.
I'm just getting started.
On the plus side, it gets Gaius some experience, I guess. Even though he's not in the party again, because I haven't had the opportunity to switch them in. Time. Earth. Cool. Oh. Wow, an item in every one of them. U material, hype. I'll take some upgrade material. Whoop. Treasure! Ugh.
Here they come. Stay focused, class. Okay.
Well, in we go.
Didn't see that coming.
Oh, she missed? Really? Well, okay. That happens. Can't all be perfect.
Yeah.
As a rule, like I said, failure, always an option.
Yeah.
My turn.
Why didn't it do anything?
Leave
Was
it
it
to
paralyzed or something? I didn't see it had like an ailment. Weird.
Evil will fall before my blade.
We're almost level 51. It's kind of amazing because they present Sarah as being like incredibly overpowered compared to the cast, but she's actually not that much stronger than you at this point in the game. Whoop. Whoop. Got him.
Here's our chance. Don't mess it up.
My turn.
Gale.
Form. Gale.
Easy.
My turn.
Flash.
Didn't see that coming.
Of course. Evil will fall
Man, these
before
enemies
my
are
blade.
really not that dangerous.
I've only just.
Not that I mind necessarily. It's kind of nice to just sort of roll through like a bunch of badasses, just taking everything out and moving along. But at the same time, I'm just like, eh. Be nice if at least one of these fights was challenging.
The advantage is ours.
Literally alone.
Leave it to
Okay,
me.
cool.
Go.
Thanks, game, I guess. Take some free kills.
Right. Hey. Evil will fall before my blade.
Well, I got whatever's in this chest. Also, they have a bunch of... Why are there a bunch of red chests? Like 3 of them in this one dungeon. It's almost like they're trying to like accelerate our stat growth a lot if we were like falling behind.
Is that a treasure chest?
Alright, what's in
Nothing
here?
to fear.
Ooh, another fight
Right.
exactly the same. Can you hit everything with Radiant Waltz? I mean, not quite. You can probably hit quite a few. Ooh, I think that's probably the most. Let's do it.
Behold the might of the Arcade School. Radiant Blade Dance.
Okay.
Oh, she couldn't close the gap. Alright, well, there's only one left, so
Now's our chance.
shouldn't be too hard to
My turn.
take him out.
Go.
Ooh, and the freeze. Now the fight's over.
Okay.
Go. That's the power of the 8 leaves.
Got him. Domination. Alright, I'll read what those are eventually. It's one of those things with the quartz in this game and the way your character setups work. They give you all this crazy stuff, but it just doesn't... It doesn't end up being necessary in a lot of cases to really hunker down and upgrade your characters all over and over again. I sort of just kind of get a setup and leave it for a while.
This is the freight platform. We finally made it to the other side.
We've got to be close. Just need to head up that staircase over there.
Treasure! What's in here?
Yay, treasure!
Shield 3. Ooh, that's solid. Let's check on some stat stuff. Shield 2, that's getting upgraded then. Bam, done. Cool, we're out. Up the stairs. Gotta save at every doorway in case it's the door to progression. Oh. Really? Just one rando enemy between me and getting out of here?
Here's Here's our chance.
All right, what is it?
Mess it up. My turn.
Fight me.
Go!
My turn.
Huh? It's my turn.
Leave it to me.
My turn.
Oh,
Right.
well, thing's dead. Cool.
Evil will fall before my blade.
Well. Oh.
Sarah here. Yeah, we're almost to the railway gun. Yeah, may Adios be with us both.
Is Group B almost there?
This is it, so get ready.
Understood.
Everybody says right, and uses says understood. Okay. So rusted up. I don't really know what we're gonna face at the top of this. Customized weapons. Can I make some upgrades? Nope. That's a hard no. Quartz. We're all set, I guess. Yeah, what's the worst that could happen, right? We seem to be doing fine. We made it!
So these are the railway guns.
It's gigantic.
And they intend to turn this on a city full of hundreds of thousands of innocent people.
Time to stop them.
Who the hell are you?
Are you those kids from the military academy?
Oh.
Stay away from the railway gun.
They know who we are. Interesting.
Enough from you.
We need to take them down as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll be fine.
We'll have to fight our way through.
Here we go. The second form. Gale!
Ooh, they are tanky. Okay, cool.
Now's our chance.
Here's
An
some
opening.
real enemies.
My turn. No escape. Off guard. Our time is now.
Burst!
Right.
You got understood.
All out attack! Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. Look at all that damage.
Didn't see that coming.
Do it. I'll help.
This fight became very one-sided real fast.
Second form. Gale! Now's our chance.
An opening.
Okay, can I scan one of them before they... Oh, no, there's two different kinds.
Analyzing the enemy's vitals.
Must get scans. Terrorist gun. Imperial Liberation Front member equipped with a small automatic rifle. Believes that the end justifies the means.
Okay. Didn't see that coming. Do it.
I think we're going to kill all of them, unfortunately, before I get to scan them all.
My turn.
Go! Damn.
My turn.
Okay, there's another one with a sword, so we can scan him.
Yeah. Analyzing the enemy's
And then we're good.
vitals.
Now we can finish killing them all.
All complete.
Driven by a loathing of Chancellor Osborne and fights using a sword.
My turn.
Crit.
Go!
Yeah, sure.
An opening.
Follow up.
No.
Your swordsmanship gets better with every battle.
And I've got a way to go to get to your level.
Experience. Yay. We got them all.
This isn't the first time I've crossed swords with the Imperial Liberation Front.
They don't seem really strong, just really obstinate.
What would push them to go this far?
We can discuss that later.
Right. We need to stop the railway gun first.
I was going to say, can we hurry this whole process up?
Get back.
Ooh, it's the sultry bad guy.
It would have been smarter to stay away, S.
I'm impressed you saw me coming, Purple Lightning. I see the rumors about you weren't just trumped-up stories.
I love a good compliment, but getting one from a terrorist just doesn't put a spring in my step.
What a sword.
Still, I suppose the fact you're here means the other ringleaders must be over at the other gun.
V certainly is. As for Gideon, I'm sorry to say he lost his life in Crossbell a short while ago.
Oh. So, interesting. Does that mean that in the Crossbell games you kill him, I guess? Or you just find him dead?
What? He did?
Do they...
I just received a call about it a few minutes ago.
Eventually I'm going to play through it, right? So, but I wonder if, like, they acknowledge it, or if he just kind of is there.
Apparently he was killed by a real top-rate Jaeger Corps hired by your friend, the Blood and Iron Chancellor.
Ooh, okay.
Poor guy. I heard it was practically a massacre.
Oh, yikes. So, like, it was very one-sided.
What a terrible way to go.
Well, Gramps isn't exactly known for his bountiful sense of mercy.
Yeah, he doesn't really seem the type. I want to point out, by the way, I'm not very known for my bountiful sense of mercy, so...
If you don't want to die like a dog, don't run around snapping your fangs at everyone.
I agree with you. I use this on this one.
You keep talking like this has nothing to do with you, but I take it you've got no intention of beating a retreat. It sounds like you've got the railway gun set to automatic firing mode, too.
She's stalling for
I was
time.
wondering what that sound was.
It was loading another round!
Oh, I was hoping you'd miss it in all your babbling. It's got, 10 minutes or so to go.
Conniving witch.
You can let us past, or we're going to force our way through. Your choice.
Careful. She's a dangerous one to tangle with, and she's hiding something.
Right again.
Oh, she's hiding ads, of course.
Giant archaisms!
Because we can't just have a boss fight where we fight a boss.
Ooh, just my color, too. For borrowed muscle, I've really taken a liking to them.
Scarlet.
Gideon might have fallen, but it's not too late to send the Chancellor to join him on his way to Gehenna.
How about you go instead?
Crossbell's counting on us. Strike with everything you've got.
Did Laura just say she was going to kill her?
Rock!
Doesn't seem very Laura-like.
Think you can satisfy me, little kittens?
My turn. I'm bringing the thunder now!
Lightning charge.
Ah! It's my turn. Oh, Moon, shield us from harm. Crescent Shaft.
Here we go. All right, let's do this.
Right, yeah. Understood.
Just buff like mad.
Right.
Can you impede? Can't. Milliam can, though.
Come on, Lammy!
Punch him in the mouth.
Get him!
How about this?
Oh,
No, you don't.
okay.
Okay.
Does that impede? None of your abilities impede. That's a little annoying. Okay. Oh, why are these things so tough? Look at all that HP. Hit her, I guess.
Now! I'll help.
Go.
Oh, we put her to sleep? Really? Okay. I'll take that. Gale?
Second form. Gale.
Free crit. That's good. I got freeze.
Go.
We burst.
Go, everyone.
You got it. Leave it to me!
Get in there, team! Oh, no. Okay, that wasn't good.
Okay.
Okay. I gotta scan these guys.
Analyzing the enemy's
See what I can
vitals.
learn.
I've got it.
Not really weak to a particular element. A red archaism strengthened to support the ILF's leaders. Even more powerful and deadly than the standard models. Can still be delayed. Still freeze, burn, blind. Status down, still susceptible. They're immune to slash? Okay. Oh.
Leave it to me.
Oh, okay. Whatever that was. I guess she missed. It's fine. Do we deal damage to this guy? Kinda. 3k.
Leave it to me.
Here we go.
Okay, we're going to use Plasma Storm just because she still has a buff this turn. See how much damage I can do.
Let's see you live through this. Plasma Storm.
Ooh.
Here we go.
Holy. That is a lot of damage. Okay, cool. I can dig it. Motivate.
All right, let's do this.
Let's take that. Take this opportunity to refresh and get our buffs ready. That thing got real low real fast. Riot Beam? Riot Beam does strength down, yeah? Actually, wait. Uses has delay, doesn't he? He does. Ooh, rapid thrust. Slow this guy down. Okay, cool. Not a lot in the way of damage, but helpful all the same. Can I pull these guys in with Dark Matter? Because I'd really like for them to be closer together. That is a no. Okay, cool. Ow.
Get back. Won't give up.
That's fine. We have a lot of buffs right now for this particular reason. I think I kill this thing if I go Flame Slash.
On my blade.
Kill it, Reen. Very much like to have less targets. Okay. It's not technically dead, but it might as well be. I really need to heal. And I don't have a lot of good ways to do that. Can you get to Reen? You can. Yeah, just go big. 8,000. I'll take that.
Thanks.
I'm afraid she's going to use an attack that's going to kill Emma. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Very well.
That's okay. It's not ideal, but it's not terrible.
I leave this to you.
Understood.
Laura, finish this guy.
Now.
Or don't, but that's fine. Reen will finish it. Okay, that's good there. Wait, do you have Terrell? No, you don't. I needed a Felis, but I don't have it. The Celestial Powder will do, though. Get her up with 5k.
Hope you like pain.
See ya.
Ow.
Stand down.
Not yet.
Can you not? I'd really appreciate it if you just stopped doing that.
My turn.
Okay, we're gonna start trying to deal with this situation over here.
Shatter. Now.
Okay, we can start taking down that other big guy. We'll be okay. This burn is gonna be a real problem. Can I deal with it with food, maybe? Can this do any of these cure burn? Cures burn. There it is. Perfect.
Oh, free food.
Yeah.
And you're gonna do the same because I think I have more of that food. There we go.
Yeah. Oh, delicious.
Reen, I think, dies? Oh, no. She changed targets. We'll take that. 'Cause that lets me Arc Slash, and I can keep delaying the big robot. Which is... Oh, he's frozen. Hype. Alright, we got this in the bag, I think. Lightning Bolt, why not?
Okay.
Tira, heal him.
Of course.
Hit this guy. Perfect.
Not yet.
Arc Slash again.
Aren't you feisty?
Oh.
See how long that lasts.
Oh, she's chirping. She's chirping us. It's fine.
Thanks.
What she doesn't understand is action economy. That is to say, once I get 4 turns and she doesn't, the fight becomes trivial.
Of course.
Armor break.
Off guard.
Okay.
No, Grand Press is probably going to do a little more damage, actually.
Okay.
Start hitting them.
Now.
Have I scanned Scarlet yet? I don't think I have.
Here we go.
Well, I know everything anyway, so we're fine. A bewitching Imperial Liberation Front executive torments and slaughters foes with a temporal blade. I know very little of what that means, but okay. Liberation Front executive. So she's in, they don't say leader or anything. They say she's an executive. That's an interesting way to refer. And what's with a Templar sword? Is that the like the whip sword she has? Is that what they call it? Interesting. Well, let's keep delaying. Start dropping Grand Press on their heads. Pretty sure the robot blows up here. Perfect. Alright. Now we just beat her up.
Here we go.
Should be easy from here.
Leave it to me. Okay.
Actually, let's
I'm sorry for the trouble.
I'll show you how it's done.
get more of the team out here. Can I freeze her? Didn't actually check. She can totally get frozen. Treasure sword.
Know your place.
Perfect.
My turn.
Right. Hey.
Freeze is so busted.
Oh no, you don't.
There's nowhere to run.
Oh no. The S break though. Oh, it hits the whole team. Well, it's a good thing that there's a cover happening, so worst case scenario, at least somebody lives.
I'll pray for your soul.
Ow. Okay, so it only killed
I'm just
Usus.
getting warmed up.
Do I still have more of that food? Celestial pasta soup. Do your thing.
Oh, free food.
Perfect.
My turn.
I doubt I have more of things that... Oh, I do. Herb chowder.
Oh, that's good.
My turn.
Get Usus up.
I suppose
And now
I
we're
should
fine.
Thank you.
My turn.
I wonder, does she actually have CP? Like, or is that just a cast, like an ability she gets to cast? Or now that she's used it, does she... Yeah, see, she can still use crafts, so I guess she just doesn't care? Or maybe she got enough CP back from getting hit.
Shatter.
Well, she's
Very well.
dizzy now. Let's get Gaius out here.
With pleasure.
Oh, I thought I had a area of effect heal on Gaius. Well, let's get in there and smack her.
There. We're open.
And one for me. Leave it to me. Do it.
I think the rush might be enough.
Understood.
Oh, not quite.
Here we go.
Does Reen live through this burn? That's the question. I don't think he does. So let's get rid of that first.
My turn.
Okay, there we go.
How humiliating.
Okay, we're burning daylight.
Not bad.
Wait, why did the music change back?
A matter of course.
I did it!
Nice.
So many levels. Oh,
No.
turn it off. Oh, it's just a big old lever. Okay, cool. Easy. Oh, and they won on that side too.
Systems deactivated.
Thank goodness.
Ah, you got me.
What a sword! Look at Neidhart with that crazy curved blade.
Shouldn't have expected any less from the ace of the 4th Armored Division. Or from Sylphid.
I wish we got to see him fight.
The rest of you weren't half bad either.
Why are you complimenting us?
I can't believe you could take on this many of us at once.
You are one tough old bear.
Neidhart here. We've regained control of the left railway gun.
And we've deactivated the right wing's railway gun over here.
Victory!
Good work.
We did it.
Oh, thank goodness.
My. You can hardly call our crossing paths coincidence at this point.
What does that even mean?
Oh well, no matter.
Oh, it's a coincidence we keep running into each other when we attack you.
Everything played out just like C said it would, both here and in Crossbell.
Oh. Wait, do they have is C a mastermind? He knows all of what's happening? It's all part of the plan.
Comrade S.
Oh, they're getting up.
How can they still move?
We'd completely incapacitated them.
Go, Comrade S. Regroup with Comrades C and V and bring the hammer down once and for all.
Oh, okay.
That's the plan. Well, I'll catch you all in the great beyond.
What?
No!
Oh.
She wouldn't.
Oh, she grappling hook to the airship? Did they only blow up the one?
Damn.
I'm still very confused as to how we have 0 aircraft in the area. Not one.
My name is Seath, leader of the Imperial Liberation Front. Allow me to extend my congratulations. You did well, fending off our two-pronged attack here and in Crossbell. But it would be foolish to assume this is the end of it. The Hammer of Judgment shall fall again. I'm ready. Are you?
What a guy. So it was all part of the plan. But why? What purpose would this have served?
How can this be? So this is the Imperial Liberation Front. They're even more brazen than I'd heard.
Like, is it just like to scare us? Or did they take something?
So C was here after all.
Who is he anyway? What's he hiding? Even the intelligence division's drawing a blank trying to gather info on him.
Ooh, okay. So he's real
At least
undercover.
This time we managed to capture some of them alive, and they will talk.
Oh.
What the hell? Is this poison?
Suicide pills.
What?
This is bad. Looks like these guys all swallowed neurotoxin capsules. I don't think we're gonna be able to save them. I doubt it'll work, but I'm gonna try to neutralize the poison.
I mean, they look pretty dead. Wait, where did you...
If you got any herbs you think might help, give me a hand here.
Where did she get that syringe?
Of course.
Do you think they'll pull through?
Not sure. I'd give them 50-50 maybe.
Even if we can keep them alive, there's no guarantee they'll regain consciousness. No.
Why? Why would they go this far? These are the kinds of people we're dealing with.
I wonder what torture in Erebonia looks like. I would imagine it's awful, right?
Some quick thinking, hard fighting, and a little luck, we were able to stop a potentially devastating terrorist attack in its tracks. But with the political climate as it was, this incident, overshadowed by the crisis in Crossbell, was never made public.
Oh, okay. That's weird.
In the days that followed, we still felt shaken. Our eyes newly opened to the dangers facing our homeland, both outside and within.
End of chapter 5. Signs and omens.
Drinks are on me someday. Perfect.
Yeah.
Those are the best.
I did it. I got an S. Level 5. There we go. I got Rush 2. Hype. Rush 2. I think all the level 5s are Rush 2. Oh, Milliam hit level 3. Woo. And we got level 4 with Instructor Sarah. Wednesday, September 15th.
Half a month after the incident at Corellia Fortress, a sense of lingering unease still hung over the Empire. The government increased patrols by the Railway Military Police as part of their counter-terrorism measures, while the Noble faction bolstered their provincial armies. There were even rumors that they'd hired several Jaeger Corps. At the center of everything was the Imperial Liberation Front. They had allied with a terrorist group from the Republic of Calvard to attack the trade conference in Crossbell.
Okay, so that's why they were both attacking at the same time.
And as we'd seen firsthand, had attacked Corellia Fortress in an attempt to fire the 2 railway guns stationed there. They'd made it abundantly clear that they were no mere insurgents. These were dangerous people we were dealing with. And following their attempts to target Chancellor Osborne and the Reformist faction, rumors started to spread of a possible connection between the Imperial Liberation Front and the Noble faction itself.
I mean, that seems like the obvious conclusion.
Meanwhile, new information was filtering in from Crossbell that surprised us all.
They declare
During the
independence.
conference, one of the representatives of Crossbell's state government made the daring declaration that Crossbell would soon declare its independence, breaking free from its neighbors Calvard and Erebonia.
That sounds incredibly dangerous.
To no one's surprise, both the Imperial government and the Noble faction dismissed it as nothing more than delusional raving. But one thing was clear. That declaration only served to increase the tension in Erebonia and across the continent.
And we're back home. Celine playing with some of the kids. Oh, there she is. I didn't think they'd actually focus on it. Oh, she's not having it. Bunch of
On
cars.
a cool, clear autumn day, the Academy's prestigious board of directors gathered for their first meeting of the year.
Isn't it a little late in the school year? Oh, military personnel. Why is Sharon here? Oh, why would I even ask that? At least his mother's here, that's why.
And that concludes my biannual report.
Okay, so they meet twice a year. Got it.
Good, good. It seems the Academy is running like a well-oiled machine. No administrative issues to speak of. Student performance is sitting comfortably above the national average on exams and on general aptitude tests.
The second-year students seem to be having a banner year as well.
Ooh, school's doing well.
The Student Council president, in particular, has built up an outstanding array of extracurricular achievements.
Yay, Toa!
Well, she attended last month's trade conference, and from what I hear, she put the professional secretaries to shame. I only wish the conference could have ended on a more positive note.
I mean, everyone going there pretty much knew that it wasn't going to go all that well, really.
I'll say, the share prices of my company have been on a real roller coaster ride ever since.
Well, you'd think that she'd be making a ton of money with everyone spending a bunch of money on defense.
Undoubtedly, what happened at the trade conference has wreaked havoc on the economy as a whole. But moving on. I couldn't help but notice in the recent exam reports that Class 1 and 2's academic performance seems to be slipping. Perhaps the preferential treatment given to the upper class students is hindering their scholastic development?
Well, students belonging to the nobility are allowed to return home during August to learn more about their family's lands. It's a tradition here, but one I can't help but wonder if we've outgrown the need for in this modern age.
So they're talking about why they might be struggling.
If I may, traditions accumulate and hold meaning only so long as they're preserved. Our nation's culture, its arts, its social classes, all are rich with tradition that makes Erebonia what it is. And I believe we have a duty to protect and uphold them. After all, does not this very institution champion the ideals of its founder, Emperor Drycles?
Indeed it does. Though I've always understood Drycles' intent to be the founding of an academy for the people. Even 200 years ago, when education was seen as the province of the nobility, male commoners were permitted to enroll. Today, we have plenty of young women attending, and the commoners easily outnumber the nobles on campus. Perhaps it's time we started taking strides to realize Emperor Drycles' true ideal.
That's tough, right? Because you're kind of imposing on a historical figure a stance that he may or may not have really had.
You seem to be laboring under a few misconceptions here. Commoners were permitted to attend, but only as retainers. Retainers served knights, who served lords, who served the emperor. That's the way the Erebonian society functioned. From that vantage, the structure of the academy in its earlier days certainly seems to have embodied that social order.
That seems a little outdated as well.
And if that's so, what is there to suggest that it's not the social order itself that has become the aberration?
Well,
for one, if that were the case, it would be far easier for me to see my views put into practice. But I can hardly get a word in edgewise between you two. Well, I'd certainly enjoy a return to the way things were in Drycles' time, at least in that particular respect.
Our apologies, Your Highness.
Well, our role here is to consider your views and work toward implementing them.
See what I mean? Would you be so kind as to help me out here, Principal?
It's interesting, right? Oliver is supposed to really be the one leading all of this, but it's quite clear that not everybody has his interests in mind.
I'm here to moderate this board. It wouldn't do for me to express my position on the issues at hand. That said, I'm sure your passion for reform will triumph in the end, Your Highness.
I suppose I should have known better than to look to my old teacher for sympathy.
It warms my heart to see such a fine teacher-student relationship.
There you go.
Now, if I may, I'd like to steer this discussion toward a rather timely topic.
Yeah, we also have the arms dealer included as well. It's strange, right? Because you have the nobles and the reformists who don't agree on a number of things, and the neutral party obviously being Olivert, who's doing what he's trying to do. But the arms dealer actually... Well, the thing here is that Irina benefits from them fighting, right? The more they disagree with one another, the better it is for her, 'cause she makes more money by selling weapons to all of them. So, if anything, she actually would be incentivized to cause them to argue more.
We've already touched on the issues regarding the Orbal Net and the Orbal Staves, but I'd like to stress again that the adoption of new security measures for the Orbal Net should be a top priority.
Ooh, internet security.
Well, I'm certainly inclined to agree, but we'll have to rely on the Foundation directly, as things are looking a little shaky with the IBC.
You can leave that to me. The other matter I'd like to review is the use of the Orbal Staves and the Arcus units.
I mean, I don't know that Irina specifically is like that. I'm just saying from her perspective, right? She would benefit from them fighting more, right? And furthermore, you see a lot of yeah, maybe. But it's interesting as well. They talk about like, oh, internet security. We can't figure that out. Hey, let's leave it to a private company. That makes sense.
Or more specifically, we need to talk about how Class 7 should operate from here on out. Setting aside the fact that my daughter is a member of Class 7.
Setting aside the fact that I have an obvious bias. Okay, cool.
I think we need to reconsider how the class should be run, in light of what happened at Corellia Fortress. While it certainly proved an excellent chance to see what the Arcus units are capable of, I have serious doubts about whether we should carry on with these field studies, given the current political climate.
Isn't that like the point of the field studies, is because of the political climate? If anything, now would make them even more valuable.
It would be difficult to do so, I admit. With the terrorists at large and the problems in Crossbell unresolved, these are uncertain times.
At the very least, I believe it may be in the class's best interest to cancel this month's field study. We could always resume them once the terrorists have been arrested and the situation in Crossbell calms down.
Arise, O youth, and become the foundation of the world.
I still really don't understand this concept of arise, O youth, and become foundation of the world. The only thing that makes sense is if it's implying that the youth should always be looking to try and cause some sort of revolution. Because aren't the youth supposed to build upon what came before, not make a new foundation every time?
I'm sure you all recognize the words of Emperor Drykos. They become something of a school motto here. It's my belief that Class 7's actions at Corellia Fortress perfectly embody the spirit of that directive. They stood together to stop a tragedy in the making and, in a sense, protected the foundation of our world. No one ordered them to do it. They took action of their own free will, because they knew in their hearts what was right. Some might call it recklessness. Some may think it rash. Some may even venture to call it hubris.
Well, I mean, if we were to argue hubris, the statement that from Machias' father being like, oh, we're just going to catch the terrorists, and once we're done, then they can go back. They've literally failed to stop them at every opportunity. The only people who have been involved that have succeeded was Class 7. So, if anyone has some hubris here...
However, as chairman of this academy, I'm incredibly proud of what the brave young men and women of Class 7 achieved.
Your Highness.
Troubled times may lay in store for Erebonia, and for the entire continent in the months and years to come. But I believe that makes something like Class 7's field studies all the more significant.
Ooh, Oliver.
The experiences they're having now will help them find the strength and the means to press on through adversity. I can't be the only one who feels this way, can I?
They do seem to be showing remarkable growth. That much is true. Although I have no idea how much my daughter is really capable of, immature as she is.
Yikes.
I could say the same of my hothead of a son.
I do wonder about my brother sometimes. However, it does seem that enrolling at this academy has helped him start breaking out of his shell.
With the Academy Festival coming next month, we hadn't even planned a field study. So the issue at hand is just whether to hold a field study at the end of this month or not.
Yeah, he's so beefy every time you look at him.
I'd like to ask those in favor of going ahead with this month's field study to please raise their hands.
Sixth period, special homeroom. Yay.
All right. I'd like to begin by taking everyone's ideas for our class's part in the school festival.
Ooh, we have a school festival. It's so anime. I love it. 127th Military Academy Festival. What does the rest of that say?
The festival will run for 2 days next month, the 23rd and the 24th.
What is it? I want to know what it
setup
says.
And the other preparatory work will begin in the afternoon, 2 days before the start of the festival. But there's a lot of preparation needed before we get to that point, and the sooner we get that underway, the better.
That's all the more reason to figure out what exactly we want to do. Some of our options include displays, events, stage shows, and cafes. Does that sound right, Crow?
Yeah, though no class I know would settle for just some simple display. I mean, come on. No one ever said, boy, we better rush to get in the line for that display.
Crow's wearing a Class 7 uniform. You can see the red jacket.
Well, either way, I'd like to start by soliciting some ideas from all of you. We're just brainstorming right now, so feel free to say whatever comes to mind.
Hey, looking good. What are we gonna do? Silence. I love Milliam's hat.
You all to give just a teensy bit of cooperation.
I know. It's just...
It's kind of hard to focus right now.
You're one to talk, standing up there with your nervous fidgeting.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised.
The board of directors is in session as we speak, deciding what'll happen to our class.
Oh, so they're all nervous.
And those of us with family members who sit on that board probably have even more cause for concern.
You can say that again. We can't even be sure whether there'll be a field study this month.
That's about the long and short of it. With everything that happened during last month's field study, it honestly wouldn't surprise me if they just canceled it.
I can't say I have any particular feelings of attachment to our field studies.
That sounds like a
But I
lie.
refuse to accept needless changes to our curriculum.
Okay, whatever you say, uses.
Especially with my brother involved in the decision-making process.
Yeah, I can see what you mean.
Makes sense to me. We also have to account for the fact that going on our field study means that much less time to prepare for the festival. So, as you can see, it presents a bit of a problem.
We'll be fine.
Man, look at you guys taking this all seriously.
Yes, Milliam?
I probably should have asked a little earlier, but what's this festival you guys keep talking about?
What?
Wait, seriously?
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have gone over that for your benefit.
I kind of just assumed they explained it before we got to this scene, but I guess not?
Every year, the students here organize and put on a school-wide festival. There are stage events, food stalls, and all kinds of things to see and do. And it generally falls to each of the first-year classes to provide the main attractions.
Okay.
Yeah, participating is optional for the second years, since by this point they're usually focusing on their future careers. Oh, and each of the clubs generally get involved too.
Huh, that sounds fun.
It still throws me off so much that the Academy is like a 2-year program.
In that case, we have to do something. We can't just let the other classes roll over us because we're small. You say that, but I've already had one of the girls from Class 1 bluster up to me declaring that this time victory will be all ours.
It was Ferris, wasn't it?
What?
It must have been Ferris. That sounds exactly like something she'd say.
Yep.
Well, Class 1 does seem to have had it in for us ever since the midterm results were announced.
Damn, Patrick.
If it's all the same, I'd rather not see the House of High Arms claim yet another nominal victory. But we need to account for the fact that our class is markedly smaller than theirs is.
That's certainly true.
So what do we do?
It'd help if we at least knew what the other classes are doing.
It kind of seems like everyone's having trouble staying focused.
All right, Reen. What are you going to do about it? You're the team leader.
Come on, everyone. Get it together.
Instructor Sarah?
Isn't this a self-study period?
Oh, it was. But I thought you all might like to know that the Board of Directors meeting just adjourned a few minutes ago.
Ooh.
So I decided to skip along down here and be the first to break the news.
Yay.
Then?
What about our next field study? Are we still on?
She seems way too happy, so...
The Chancellor's not the only one with a little too much iron in his blood, because the board voted unanimously to have you continue your field studies.
Yay.
You mean it?
Oh, see, they're so excited.
So that's how it is.
You know, even though they're always hard work, I actually feel a little relieved.
Considering all that happened last month, we'll need to be especially careful this time around.
Still, it feels like our field studies are a big part of who we are as a class.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're kind of a pain, but oh well.
Yeah, everybody wants to pretend.
We should be grateful
Everyone's
to
happy.
His Highness and the directors.
Get to go on our field trips.
That's good news.
Seeing the hard road and the easy road, then picking the hard one anyway. That's youth for you.
It also sounded like His Highness and the directors will be taking off in pretty short order.
Oh, they're all going to run away?
So I'll
Oh.
let you guys out of study hall early to go see them if you want.
Yay.
Oh.
If you say so.
But we didn't decide what we wanted to do for the festival.
I think I'll take you up on that.
Game. I wanted to know what we're going to do. Everybody just hanging out by their cars, I guess. I think they all have the same car, just different colors. It's mother and dad, not mom and dad. Mother and dad. Quite the heroes. We were indeed. Also, shouldn't we not be talking about this out in the open since they covered up what happened? He was indeed. Yeah, it'd probably be for the best. Not just us. What are the other 4 great houses? I guess the 4 great houses aren't as united in opinion as you might think. Okay, so there is still some disagreements. Rather than worrying about others' positions, I'd suggest you give some thought to your own. Expecting business negotiations to crop up just in the nick of time, like it always does. Time is something you make, not something you find. That's interesting. All the more so if you're in a position of responsibility. High expectations as always. Seen enough to ask me that now means deep down you've realized that they are both necessities. Huh. Stop relying on them so much. Observe for yourself and draw your own conclusions. That's what someone who is truly independent would do anyway.
Still, I wasn't expecting to find myself indebted to you again so soon.
Bunch of nice little tidbits, and then we get to hang out with Oliver.
Without your intervention, the Chancellor and I would have met our maker in Crossbow.
Don't mention it. We're
just relieved you're all okay, Your Highness.
Indeed. I'm glad you were able to focus on making a positive contribution at the conference.
I mean, did he?
I wish I could tell you that's exactly what I did. I could scarcely find a place to chime in once the Chancellor and the Republic's president got going. Though the mayor of Crossbell managed to dumbfound even them.
I presume you're referring to his proposal for Crossbell's independence?
Hard to believe it could actually happen.
Well, as long as both Erebonia and Calvard refuse to accept it, the likelihood of it actually happening is incredibly low. Still, they're planning to hold a referendum on the issue to see if the population is in favor of it. So there'll be plenty more chances for disputes to break out over the issue.
Well, neither of them want to lose all that sweet tax revenue from Crossbell. Half of it flows into the provinces too, so like, fat chance the noble faction's gonna take that lying down.
Milliam.
I mean, it's the reality of the situation.
I swear, this kid has all the delicacy of a rock to the face.
Okay.
So you're Milliam, are you? Your name seems to have come up with increasing frequency lately. I was hoping for a chance to see the famous Eric Getlam in action, though.
Oh, sure thing. Come on, Lamb!
Oh, everybody jump back.
Whoa there. Cool your jets.
I'm not sure this is the best place to call out Eric Getlam. Just a hunch.
Lame.
Objection overruled.
That could have gotten messy.
Honestly, it would save us all a lot of trouble if you could just refrain from saying whatever pops into your mind, too.
Ooh, who are you?
Lame.
Oliver, why are you so awesome?
Oh, who might you be?
Say, are you from the Vander family?
Oh, did Neidhart mention me?
Muller Vander.
I'm Mueller Vander of the 7th Armored Division.
Mueller. Interesting.
I was with the Prince at the conference in Crossbell, so I'm in your debt as well.
Yeah, we heard about you.
Glad to be able to thank you personally.
The honor is ours, sir.
It's an honor to meet a member of the esteemed Vander family.
Yeah, we met his father, I think.
Ah, so you're the Radiant Blade Master's daughter. And you must be a practitioner of the 8 Leaves 1 Blade style.
How do you know that by looking at
I'm
us?
always happy to meet fellow students of the sword. Oh, and you must be the young man from Nord who my uncle wrote a reference for.
Uncle, okay, cool.
Yes, that would be me. I owe a lot to Lieutenant General Vander.
It sounds like he's in your debt as well, with everything that happened in Nord a few months ago. Well, you all seem like dependable young men and women.
Well, thank you.
Perhaps the prince's idea had some merit to it after all.
See? What did I tell you? And it's not just Class 7 either. The whole academy seems so full of life. Perhaps I should take this opportunity to break down social barriers by getting to know all of them in the academy's pool.
Oliver, are you...
If you really want to work up a sweat, I'd be glad to let you run back to Heimdall.
That'd be fun.
If you kept up a good sprint, I'll bet you could even make it in a couple hours.
You'd actually make me do it, too. Cruelty. My name is Mueller.
Well, I mean, it's better than...
Their hearts practically beat in sync.
I mean, it's better than Oliver trying to imply that he's gonna get cozy with some students.
That's certainly one way to look at it. I wonder how long they've known each other.
I'm pretty sure we know that they went to school together, so they must have known each other a very long time at this point. Everyone has like different reactions to their family leaving.
Well then, I bid you all a fond farewell. I hope we have the chance to meet again soon.
Later, Oliver. Oh, a couple days later, Saturday. Hype. 3 days passed and support directors handed down their decision. With the assurance that our field studies would continue, we finally turned our attention to the next month's festival. Couldn't think of a really compelling idea our small class could pull off eventually. Can't we burn through another week already? At least it's perfect weather for a weekend out on the town. Yeah. Got a free day. Hype. Practical exam coming up next Wednesday. Yep. You couldn't send us off with a have a good weekend, could you? She's having a good time. Then we have this month's field study coming to an end next week. Might need to make a few changes to the original itinerary, but nothing major. Tell you all about it when you're headed to the practical exam. Yep, pretty normal. Can't wait to find out where we're gonna go. First years have to participate, so you need to do something. Anyway, let's wrap up our homeroom and figure this out. Sure, she was just joking about putting our field study reports on display, I hope. Aren't some of them like classified documents at this point? We need to figure out what we're doing at the start of next week. It sounds wise, especially considering we have practical exams. If that's how we stand, we should make a goal to at least some solid ideas by the end of tomorrow. Split up and start gathering info. Need to find something that'll work with the number of people we've got. Fair enough. If greatness were relying on numbers, museums would be full of artwork produced by a committee. Okay, there must be some course of action that can't turn our lesser numbers to our advantage. If I had an easy answer, we wouldn't be spending all our time. I like that Fee is sitting on the desk. Got our summer uniforms, because we're going back to the winter ones, because I guess September is considered fall here. Alrighty. Made it through our whole Corellia Fortress event, and that's going to be it for me tonight. We can start running around, getting our stuff ready for the school festival, but I got to get ready for work. So, I want to thank you guys all for watching. Till next time, have a damn good day.